Today I'm going to show you how to repair a Mercedes-Benz Bose amplifier. This happens to be an amplifier out of a 99 C280. This amplifier is pretty basic for Bose and Mercedes for about 94 through 2000. So the repair process for this is basically the same for everyone that they build. We're going to remove the bottom cover to get access to this. We've checked the case to make sure that there is no water damage to the case. Usually that's a good sign that this is not going to be repaired. But this one looks pretty clean. And we're going to remove this one bottom left screw here. This one secures the top cover from hinging out. There's also one screw here by the connector that has a ground lug coming out from one of the boards inside the amplifier. Make sure that we hook this back up when we put this back together. But we're going to remove all four of these T15 Torx screws. We have a full library of removal guides and repair videos on our website, Car Stereo Removal and CarStereoHelp.com. See those if you have other problems like scratchy volume control and so on. We do have a video up there for that. Now we've removed the four screws from this side, and we're going to turn this over and bring our small flathead screwdriver out, and we're gently going to pry the edge of this bottom cover up. This is the bottom left screw. There was a little hinge piece here that secures this bottom cover, and with that screw removed we're able to gently pry up the edge of this amplifier. This will release and hinge out. Now to remove the main board on the bottom, we're going to need a flathead screwdriver. We have several lockdown tabs, one on no components but a fake base. We have an output IC here and two down here on the bottom. So this tool, we're going to take this flathead screwdriver and wiggle it in behind the case. We're going to keep our finger on it because this thing can fly if you don't hold on to it when it releases. There we go. And that will pop right out. And in order to put these back into the radio and lock this back down after repair, we have two back little feet here that fit in a groove back here. And you put those back feet in straddling the IC, and take a larger flathead screwdriver and go right at this point here and push straight down, and that will lock the heatsink back in. Now we're going to remove these again. We have four of them in this unit, two along this side and two along the opposite side. Now I can already see some damage here I'm going to have to point out to you. The third one, and we'll get the fourth one here without stabbing ourselves. Most of our videos, if you've seen some of our recent repair videos for Car Stereo, seems to be a capacitor replacing business. Now we're going to lift both boards up out and remove it from the case. I see no signs of water damage at all there. However, looking at the back of the board here, I can see some discoloration in the glue back here. This IC also has a burnt leg, it looks like, or corroded leg, and there's a burn spot here on the bottom. Looking closely, I can see some slight signs of water damage to this IC as well. As for the connectors on this board, I can see where water dripped in through the side here and went down to the connectors on the circuit board, and those will have to be cleaned up. Also, there's a piece of plastic here. I can see some little bit what might look like some water damage down underneath the connectors here as well. But this is not a badly water damaged amplifier, so this one can be repaired. Mainly the problem with these is channels out, snapping, popping, squealing, and so on. Now with it removed from the case, we're going to take our two more tools we have, a small pry bar rather than a screwdriver, it's plastic, and we have several tabs along the back of the equalization board, and we're going to twist these two on the outside over and down so that they clear the opening. The center one is just a center twist, and we're going to twist that one and straighten it up. And the same for the one on the opposite side. We're going to bend over and move away from the opening so it'll pass up. We have two pieces or hooks, I'll say, at this end that when the circuit board's released, it'll lift up out and release along the bottom. So the hard part here usually is is getting this board up. What happens to be on the back here is a piece of plastic that insulates the metal case against the bottom of the circuit board. But between these two pieces are two small rubber double-sided sticky pads, and this isolates the board from moving up and down on the board. And what we found is our chemical in along the edge of the board, that is the same chemical we use for spraying the volume controls. We spray this in through the sides. Again, there's two square pads that sit in here, so we're spraying towards the top of them so that the top will release first. And this leaves no residue, so that is going to be work out. But you're going to work this off very gently. There we go. Seemed like it popped a little bit there. But you may have to continue this process. You can hear the glue when it starts releasing. And this is going to take some more spraying and some more releasing it. And then on the bottom of this circuit board, you'll have to remove any of the padding so you can access your electrolytic capacitors here. And this will help you to replace all them on the final board here. And again, I say these amplifiers are all very similar depending on the vehicle. These amplifiers label the equalization circuit. They have the subwoofer here as channel 3. This section of the circuit board deals with the subwoofer. Then we have what's called channel 5, which is the right rear. We have channel 1, which is the left front. We have channel 2, which is the right front, and channel 4, which is the left rear. Now, mainly the problem we've seen with these for many years now is a capacitor problem. What we've gone through to repair these amplifiers correctly is replace all the electrolytic capacitors. So we've gone through and made ourselves a map with values and polarities marked. We've gone as far as color coding to make it easier to replace the values, and so on, so that make it easy for the repair. We've also done the same board for the bottom board as well, and done the layouts. We are going to have to order for this particular unit new output IC along with all the components. What we're going to do now is remove all the electrolytic capacitors after building our little map on our circuit boards here. We're going to remove the components and clean up the circuit boards looking for deterioration. Usually under the 47 microfarad caps here there's deterioration. Sometimes these ICs may need to be replaced or removed, at least to clean the boards up in the legs. Usually suggest a toothbrush after removing all the components to clean up any leftover or leaking electrolytic acid from all these electrolytic capacitors. Same goes for this side. This one does look minor water damage, so we'll probably be replacing that. These components are all easily accessible. Hope this helps you in any projects that you have with this. This is probably about an hour and a half, 2 hour repair going through this entire amplifier. Hope this video has been helpful. See our website for other repair videos along with removal videos. Thanks for watching. Any comments are welcome. If you have questions, email us. Thank you for watching.